All right, Monday evening. It is the end of Memorial Day and the Memorial Day weekend coming to a close. So, as of right now, decently quiet and should be staying that way into the rest of the forecast. Again, toward next week, we may also see the potential of some warmer temperatures coming our direction. So, if you have any plans for outdoors, this is going to be the time of the year to really keep an eye on what's going on because of the fact that we just see the potential of more problems out there with heat, humidity, and of course with lightning going on. And that could be a bit of a problem as we get into the course of the next couple of days. So for right now, again, Monday evening, things really not looking all that bad, but we will be watching with a lot of interest to see what goes on out there. So definitely want to stay tuned for more information on that. I'm Chief Meteorologist, excuse me, an allergy-ridden person in general, Austin Onick. Allergies out there have been doing a number on me. Hopefully they're a little bit better on you, on your respiratory system, but unfortunately with me it's not really helping too much. We'll be on Tumblr if everything works in about 15 minutes. Toward about the 10 o'clock hour, we'll have the live edition of the newscast coming up at 11 o'clock Eastern time, and then Chip Chapman will have his forecast bright and early tomorrow morning, so stay tuned for that. We've got a lot to talk about here into the semi-near future. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Currently, again, not much of a problem. Visibility is much better. The fading light of sunlight out there way off in the distance beyond Lookout Mountain, and seeing again some pretty quiet and dry conditions through the rest of the evening for now. There are a few showers out there. We'll show you radar in just a little bit. CHI Memorial Stadium camera, 24-75 split. Everything moving along quite nicely at this time. Hopefully we got a good time lapse of Island Cove, now getting some sky shine and the clouds moving in. If you're watching this before about 10 o'clock at nighttime, Eastern time, go out and look for the International Space Station. About 10:12, it'll be rising in the northwest, heading just underneath Polaris, the North Star, and then it'll be going across the sky to the northeast. And as it does, it'll be passing bright star Vega, which is now just rising out there. The clouds out there, unfortunately, again, it's not going to be totally clear. It's not going to be totally overcast. It's going to be somewhere right in the middle, depending on how many clouds we get out of the system coming on through. So if you have a chance to get a clear sky out there, again, from northwest to the northeast at about 10:12 p.m. Eastern time, and then fading in the east very close to where Vega is, you should be able to catch the International Space Station. More information on this, head to my social media pages and take a look at heavens-above.com. That's where we get the information for this, so we can bring you these details out there. So go ahead and sign on to that and see if you can get some more details on that. But again, rising at about 10:12, that's about 20 minutes from now, and setting in the east at about 10:17 Eastern, about a half an hour from now. So you got some time to see it. This should be a longer view, longer trek across the sky, and it should be, hopefully, wherever you are, partly cloudy or less. So good opportunity again to see a little bit more there. Temperatures today about a category below normal, nowhere near our record high of 99 last set back in 1941, and nowhere near our record low of 47. We are still way behind for the year where it comes to rainfall. We should be an inch and a half plus up for the month to get normal, and we're now 2.21 behind for the entire year. So it's very dry. Not exactly drought situation, but not exactly where we should be. So that would be kind of nice to be able to have out there on that. Heading out for golf tomorrow. Again, yes, it will be okay for most of the day, but there may be the potential of some showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. And remember, broad flat surface holding onto a metal rod, tallest thing for several hundred feet around. This is not the place to be when lightning is around. So please get off the course, find a sturdy building, stay there until the storm has moved away, and let's just all be careful out there where it comes to anything involving lightning strikes. We still do have a couple of light showers taking place over toward western North Carolina, approaching the Cherokee County area, and right along the North Carolina-Georgia line is about where these things were. and have been. We do not see that much of anything left of them for tonight, but there is a little bit more rain showers coming over from parts of the East Coast, and that's all part of that last storm system that rolled up the area of the Gulf, went across Florida, and is now trying to hold on for dear life into and around the area here. That again is going to be part of our situation coming up next weekend, this coming weekend, I should say. We'll talk more about that in the forecast coming up here in just a little bit, so stay tuned for more on that. Let's go ahead and run the maps and show you more about what we're looking at here. James Smith from Red Bank, thanks for tuning in tonight. Glad to have you along. Thanks for tuning in for everything. Nothing coming in from the West Coast. Nothing at all. Basically, all this is kind of jammed up here because of high pressure off to the north and east that's helping to, unfortunately, spread some of those wildfires in Nova Scotia. Some pretty nasty video coming out of that area. This is going to be an interesting mix-up because what's left of our last storm system is going to drag down this front. So this is going to be, this right here is going to be making its way downwards toward us as sort of a backdoor cold front, and as it does, as it sticks around, that's going to be the irritation point that may brew up some more showers and thunderstorms. Not a lot that's going to be causing too many problems, but again, keeping your eye on the situation and getting back indoors again, making sure that you know where a good sturdy shelter is. That's going to be one of the best things that you can possibly do. Running the numbers into overnight, again, this is the way the pattern is going to be shaping up. Partly cloudy, decently cool in the mornings, and that includes tomorrow, Tuesday. By the time we hit tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be a little bit warmer, back into about the lower 80s. More spotty showers and thunderstorms possible out there. Then we get into around Wednesday morning, again, partly cloudy, decently cool, very mild, not seeing any problems with rain, maybe some showers up around Knoxville, but that's going to be about it. By Wednesday afternoon, again, on the warmer side, back in the lower to mid 80s, more chances of spotty showers and thunderstorms out there. By early Thursday morning, guess what? Cool, partly cloudy, decently mild. Here we go again, lather, rinse, repeat. And by the time we get into and around early portions of Thursday afternoon, again, another chance of widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. So we're not seeing any severe weather. We're not seeing any major amounts of thunderstorms coming in, but if you have outdoor plans, please keep this in mind. Again, for weather safety, we want to make sure that everybody is doing their best to be safe from any lightning that may be around out there. That might be a good topic for the next What I Want to Know show, talking about lightning and how far it strikes away from apparent thunderstorms, so something to think about there. So next couple of days, all the way basically into the weekend, but temperatures will be the same. Temperatures going upwards over the next several days, and that is where we see the numbers really start to increase out there. We'll show you that in the 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Let's talk about the tropics, because as of right now, the really good news is that approaching hurricane season for the Atlantic beginning in a couple of days on Thursday, June 1st. That's the official start to Atlantic hurricane season. Nothing going on in the Atlantic basin, so from Africa all the way over to the Caribbean and the Gulf, nothing showing signs of forming. But this is where things get interesting on a couple of pages. The darker colors on here, sea surface temperatures, looking at much warmer conditions in the darker red shaded colors. And as you can see, and we're talking like lower to mid 80s, and that's unusual because we don't get that warm this early. So starting off with temperatures already warming, the upper levels of the ocean are absorbing as much heat from climate change as they possibly can, and that means we're starting off at a deficit of safety, because if the waters are already this warm and the season hasn't even started yet, and we go into summertime and more sunshine pours down on this, that's where it could get kind of interesting on what goes on with into the rest of the hurricane season. Now, according to last week's NOAA Outlook, NOAA, from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, El Nino back to the west of us has not formed yet, technically. That's the warming of the waters just off of Central and Southern America on the west coast there. That warming of the waters could influence the hurricane season here by redistributing moisture and winds, so we could see less of a threat coming up, but that does not mean that we cannot see decently powerful systems, especially with warmer air going on at this time, warmer water coming up at this time. Now, getting a little bit closer in, that dark ribbon that you see there, that is the Gulf Stream looping through the Caribbean, coming back up and around and off the coast of the United States and Canada. This is not good, because if anything forms here in the next few days, it is a good possibility that we could see another storm just like what we saw last week, the one that sat over Florida for a while and the Gulf Coast, the one that kind of did a good job of making its way across the Gulf over several days, crossing Florida, and now the remnants of it are basically wound up right here over the mid-Atlantic states. We could see another storm coming on through, and watch this video of the future wave heights, because we start to see the potential of a storm system getting up a little closer and then generating a lot stronger waves in the Atlantic. This is not a guarantee, but several of the models are looking very favorably toward another system developing out that direction. And that, again, if it forms in the right place at the right time, again, rotation around low pressure, bringing in that moisture, we could see a lot more showers and thunderstorms coming our way, depending on what goes on by the end of this next week into around early next week, the first full week of June. So this is something we really got to pay attention to as we go into hurricane season, because right now there's nothing happening, but again, that could be a bit of a change coming up a little later. Second thing to pay attention to, the temperatures. We are seeing the cooler air over the last couple of days basically leave the area, and we could see the potential of some much warmer air coming on through, and in fact the forecast will bear that out into the early portion of the weekend. I really don't want to put 90s in this forecast, but if you take a look and see what's going on toward about Saturday and Sunday, we are pushing 90 degrees. It's nothing huge. I mean, at some point, hot is hot is hot. So for right now, we're not seeing a major trend. It's not exactly a heat wave, but it is a sign that summer is on the way. Less than a month to go until we hit the official turn into summertime. And again, on Thursday, that's not only the start of the hurricane season, that's also the turn from meteorological spring to meteorological summer. That's the months that contain the turnover from one season to another. For climatologists, for meteorologists, it makes a lot more sense keeping track of that information on a month-by-month basis, and that changeover within that month, and including summertime start for, again, climatological reasons, makes a lot more sense. I'll talk more about that coming up later on this week, so stay tuned for that. Warming up as we go toward the weekend, and every single day this week and into the weekend and next week, looks like there will be that chance of some, not a lot, but some showers and thunderstorms. So we will be seeing that potential out there as we get into the next several days, all the way through next week, and possibly into the middle part of the month if nothing changes. When the conditions are right, that's where we see again the potential of not much in the way of cooler weather anytime soon. The lower 60s might be as good as we manage from now until early October, depending on how that works out. We'll see how that goes out there. Again, fairly quiet for right now, so good news for the time being. Starting off the week with a very nice view, with a local view from the Great Smoky Mountains. Thank you very much, Kim Wade, for a view way up top to way down below, and a nice partly cloudy sky out there. If you've got pictures to send in, please do so. Let's see what you got, and let's show everybody your photography skills. You can drop them to our Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram pages. Put them in the comments section. If you don't want to leave your name, you don't have to. But if you want to be able to give people an idea as to what you saw, give us a city, state, location description, things like that. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But again, send them to us at pictures@wdef.com. Would love to see your photography out there so we can push them out to everybody else. And we post all these pictures to social media, so stay tuned to our social media channels for the station for more on that. If you'd like to have us in your classroom, yes, the semester is over with and starting again the summer season. But if you've got Vacation Bible School, summer camp, if you've got a business or an organization that needs to talk about severe weather safety, go ahead and head to our Food City Weather in the Classroom program, and we'll be glad to see if we can cross-connect on a schedule out there somehow. We do topics, again, like emergency communication. We do topics about severe weather safety. We do not do the Skywarn classes. That's from the meteorologists at the National Weather Service. But if you'd like to for us to put you in touch with them for a Skywarn course, we'd be glad to do so. Several National Weather Service agencies cover this area. It's kind of a patchwork quilt, so depending on which county you're in, that's where we would have to send you to for something like that. But again, fall semester's coming up, so any science teachers out there that would like to get us on the schedule early, this is your time to do so, because I guarantee you by the time we hit July and August, that schedule is going to be filling up. So if you'd like to get first pick, now would be the time to contact us and to let us know a little bit more about what's going on out there. Also, again, the time to make certain you're prepared for severe weather is when nothing is going on. So get yourself one of these things, a NOAA weather radio, your opportunity to stay ahead of what's going on, and a great way to have an extra way to make certain that you have enough information coming your direction. In this area, for the Sequoia nuclear plant, the sirens around here are, and I just found this out a few months ago, that the sirens that we have are for nuclear plant evacuation orders and getting people's attention on that. We do not actually have any sirens around here dedicated to anything in the way of notifying people about severe weather. So around here, you cannot depend on the sirens to warn you, because they're not meant for that around this area. So that's something to think about. Want to know more about how to program these? Go to our website, wdef.com/weather, and we'll show you. There's a video there on the page to let you know more about what to look for and how to program things. And you can always catch the links on my social media pages. A good opportunity to learn more there. Find me out there someplace. Hit me up for a game of chess. If you'd like to know, I'm not a grandmaster, but I do know my way around the board at chess.com or lichess.org. We'll be glad to get together for a game. My call sign on my ham radio is my identifier, so look for KG4GKE, and you'll find me out there someplace on that. Glad to have you aboard for tonight as well. And thanks to everybody who has stopped by to take a look around. And if you'd like to know more, head to our website, wdef.com/weather, or again, you can find out anything on all these social media channels. We'll be glad to chat with you there. And if you find anything out there you'd like to discuss, or you'd like to have more on here about anything, please let us know. Let's go to the website, send us an email. My email address is aonek@wdef.com. And if you'd like to know more, again, about what we program on here and why, and if you'd like to see more satellites, less of this, more of that, let us know. We can't do this without you. So please, again, get in contact with us and say a little bit more about what's going on. Time is just past 10 o'clock. If the gremlins are gone, we're going to try to get on Tumblr and see if we can get some people to ask some questions there and see what goes on as well. Chip Chapman, again, will have your forecast bright and early on Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. I'll be along for the evening shows, keeping you updated there. And, of course, we'll have a lot more on our website and tomorrow night at 5:30, 6, 7, and 11. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onig. You have been watching Weather Overtime. It's our exclusive video weather blog from News 12 in downtown Chattanooga. Stay tuned for much more with News 12 on air and online, and we'll see you again tomorrow.